Today we're going to paint some statues. Jordan, he's going to paint, he's chose a frog. He's going to paint the frog. Oh, let me come over this way. He's going to paint a frog starting with, this is just paint I had laying around, so this is expensive stuff. Bullseye 123 primer. It's white, and so he's starting with a white base, and then we've got some other colors. We got them at Home Depot. This, we're not gonna do her yet, but I'm gonna take on this gnome here, and but let's see. We got some green, which will probably go on the frog. Red, got some yellow, got some Kona brown, and what's this? I think this is black. Yeah, black, gloss black. This gnome is in pretty bad shape. He's got a hole in his hat. I'm gonna fix that with, I don't know, caulk or something. His eye, something's going on with his eye. I have to do something about that. So I got a little prep work to do on Mr. Gnome here before we paint. To fix his hole in the hat, I've decided to use this water weld, JB weld. It's kind of like a putty. I'll show you what it looks like. And I just gonna stuff it down in there and kind of form it to the rest of his hat and see how it goes. So yeah. All right, I've got the hole fixed up in his hat. Scraped out his eye, so I got that looking pretty good. So now I think I'll start with green. I'll do his thing. Do his jacket first. Okay, we got the frog painted white. It's drying. We even got her painted white. She's drying. Uh-oh. Kind of messed up a little bit. The elf, I got the hat. It looks purple, but it's actually brown. Got his hat brown. I got his beard white. I got his pants and boots white, although his boots are going to be black. Got a drip coming down there. I'm going to go get a paper towel and wipe that off. But his jacket's going to be green. He's going to have a black planter down there, maybe red, maybe a red planter. Green flowers. And his water bucket, I'm not sure whatever that thing is. So and then I got to find some skin color, maybe like white and brown mixed together, just a little bit of brown and white to give it kind of a cream color or dark, a little darker complexion than white. So yep, coming along. All right, I have never tried this before, but you're gonna see me try to get the color of his skin to be a flesh color. So we'll see how this goes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix a little bit of white, this white here, with a tiny bit of, you know what, maybe not yellow. Maybe I'll go just a tinge of brown. Now, what about that? No. Tinge of, yeah, maybe a little yellow. Let's see what happens. So we get a little yellow. There's the yellow. And what I'm going to do, let's see. I want to be able to get that out and put it on this piece of cardboard I got sitting right here. You can't see the cardboard. So now, I want to get some yellow. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use two different brushes to start with. Yeah, I'm going to use this one for yellow. So. But I don't want a lot of yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some here, and I'm going to kind of dab it on here so that it get a little bit more. I'm going to dab it there. Okay, so I got that dabbed. Now I'm going to just set that brush down there. I'm going to get some of this white. Actually, I need more white than, oh shoot. Okay, all right, I got the I got the brush all dorked up. Look at that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a tiny bit of this yellow and I'm going to rub it in. Okay, all right, that's pretty good. I don't want too much yellow in there, just enough to get a fleshy cone color. Okay, got kind of a, that's pretty good actually. Let's see what that does. I'm going to use that. All right, here he is. Okay, now I'm going to leave that brush there. I'm going to get a different brush and I'm going to put some white on it. I've got some white areas that I'm going to do is his eyebrows white. White eyebrows. Yeah. There you go. Look at him. I forgot to get this yellow before. I want to make sure that that's the handle for the handle, the bucket. Put some white on there like this. This flower right there. Okay, so that's that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my green out. And I'm going to use one of these brushes, probably this one here. A little green in there. Get some of this, I don't know, yellow, I guess. I'm just going to dip it in the yellow and I'm going to knock it off the paintbrush real good, and I'm just going to kind of brush it on the leaves. I think I'm done. I think he is finished. Oh, black. I need black. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, I got black. His eyes have to be black. It's blue. It looks like blue. Gloss black though. And maybe it didn't get shook up real good. Okay, so I'm going to be really, really careful here. Alright, here's that eyeball. There's his eyeball. Done. Mr. Elf is done, I think. I'll call him done. Alright, always put these back on the right tops. And what I do, I get a, move him over here, get him out of the way just a little bit right there. I always put a paper towel over the top of it because I don't want it splattering everywhere if there's some in that groove right there. And that's that. Okay, now here's the fun part. I spent about, I don't know, 10 minutes, let's say, making him. Now I got to spend 5 minutes cleaning all the brushes. So what I have in here, in And this little jar here is mineral spirits. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the bottom here, and I'm going to clean each brush in the mineral spirits. And I'm going to wipe each brush off on this cardboard from the mineral spirits. And I'm going to keep doing that. And if you look in there, you'll see that the mineral, it's still clear, which is bizarre. I mean, you would think it would assume the same color as the brush, as what's on the brush, but I don't know. And so so when I get it to a point where there's almost no, you can see red, or I mean yellow coming out of it. So when I get it to the point where there's hardly any yellow left, then what I'll do is I'll go in the house and I'll put dish soap on each one of them in my deep sink. I have a deep sink in my laundry room, and then the dishwashers, the dish water soap, what you clean your dishes with, will break down the oil on these brushes, and that's how you clean them. You use, and you keep washing them with the dish soap until they're clean, and that's it. So I got 3 done. I'm working on the last one now. This was the one that was in the white, and it got all up on the top of it. You know, you can see it's kind of all, I don't want that on there, so I'm gonna actually wipe that off with this, because I don't want, because you can reuse these. I got a tip off a YouTube video. The guy said that it's these are tools. You got to treat them like tools, and I've had some tools for many years. You know, I mean, to the point where, I mean, they're ancient. I mean, I've had ancient tools. I've got tools that my grandfather owned, believe it or not. I mean, you know, and we're talking early 1900 stuff, you know, I mean, and they still work. And so these are tools. And so these aren't, you know, they're not expensive brushes by any means, but to do a statue of a lawn statue, I think they're plenty fine. Anyway, get this cleaned up, this one done. Okay, now I'm going to go inside and I'm going to show you what I do next. So, and this is reusable. I'm going to reuse that again, because what tends to happen, they say, is that the oil goes down to the bottom and the thinner comes clear to the top. So I could just pour this off and reuse it. So, you know, this stuff's not cheap. So I'm gonna reuse the thinner over and over and over again. But right now I'm gonna take the 4 brushes that I've got, and you can see there's still got some on there. We're gonna go into the deep sink and we're gonna see if how clean they can get. All right, I've got some dish soap here. It's just, I don't know, I think this is Dove or something like that. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit, just a drop on each brush, and then I'm just going to take my fingers, I'm going to turn the water on just a little bit, take my fingers and just rub it in here, just rub it in the brush like this. And what happens is the dish soap will break down the oil in the brush, and you can see it's starting to come out already, you know. Let me turn it up just a little bit more. You can see it's starting to come out, and it'll just wash off your hands. So I'll just do each one of these brushes the same way. Just squeeze it out on the end. Squeeze it out. And then another tip that I heard, okay, you can see that one, the yellow is starting to come out of it. You don't want that much right here on this area, right right here. You don't want that much there. So, oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Let me just put that up just to here. Okay, now you can. Okay, now you can see. You can see this brush is actually getting pretty pretty clean now. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to hit it with another shot of this. Okay, rub it in, rub it in, rub it in, rub it in. Okay, so I'm just going to work it, work it, work it, work it, work it, work it. And now you can see, okay, still got a lot of, still got yellow coming out of here. This one here, still see some paint coming, but not much anymore. Same with this one. Alright, I'm going to clean them up again, wash them out. Alright, I'm pushing forward. Okay, I'm not pushing the other way. Now, the other thing that they said is the guy just kind of put some of the dish soap in the palm of his hand like this. And he said if it lathers, then you're pretty sure that all of the, you can see it, the bubbles starting to form right there. He said if it lathers, then you know that you've got all of the oil out of it, because he said if it doesn't lather, then the oil's not out. So I'm going to call this one done. So that one's clean. Let me grab another one. Okay, another drop. And keep going. Okay, you can see it starting. You see it lathering up. All right, let me get that cleaned up. Okay, that's number 2. This one. Yeah. You see the lather coming. This was the one that was all yellow. If you remember, this one was all yellow. You can see it's not yellow anymore. So I used to think that when you used an oil-based paint on a paintbrush that it was pretty much a done deal. Your paintbrush is gone, but that's not the case at all. These are certainly clean and reusable now. So this is an oil base. Okay, if you're using water, you can just use water and dish soap, I suppose. Probably just use the same exact thing. All right, that's it. That's it. Done deal. So let's go take one more look. So now I'll just put all my paintbrushes in here. These are the ones I'm using. And I'll be gentle with him and just kind of show you around what I got here. Painted some of his, painted this little plant here. Painted his face, his eyes. You know, and so he's all done. So I don't know where we're going to put him, but he'll go someplace. And then I'll grab the next one and I'll show you that one. Here is the frog that Jordan painted. I think he did an excellent job. That red is the tongue, I guess. So he's got eyeballs and everything in here. So what'll happen with this is, because it's a little planter, we're gonna put a some kind of a plant in it, and it'll sit outside someplace. So he did a pretty nice job, I think. This is the front door of my house, and I decided the first place to put him is right here next to this planter. So there he is. There's the little guy. We play a game with our grandkids. One of them is 2 years old, and it's called Find the Gnome. So what we'll do is we'll take him and we'll put him places in the garden, and then or in the yard, and then she'll go hunting for him. And it's a little game we played with all our grandkids, and so he's back to normal. He's back to where he's supposed to be. So on to the next one.